Viewer discretion is advised.
As the investigation into just why Officer Michael Slager shot at Walter Scott 8 times continues, witnesses who saw the confrontation are now coming forward in this parking lot for a broken taillight.
The one thing that I didn't hear is Mr. Slager saying stop or halt.
Nichols says she didn't see the actual shooting, but heard the shots that were fired after the men turned this corner.
How sad, because it's something that is happening continuously, just with different people, different lives, different families. It's really getting out of hand. It seems like there's no probable cause when it comes to them pursuing them. That's the main reason why you would even pursue somebody, if there's probable cause, right? But when I saw that, it was just like, how sad.
It's really sad that people that are supposed to serve and protect citizens actually shoot unarmed individuals when they could have tasered them. And it's also sad that he actually tried to manipulate the situation and make it seem like he didn't do anything wrong when he shot and killed an innocent person.
I think in that recent case, it was more so of a hate crime, and I say that because the officer shot an unarmed man in the back as he was running 8 times, and then after that, he proceeded to try and plant a taser on that victim. And it was recently just brought to my attention that even after that, he also went on and tried to put handcuffs on this dead victim.
I thought it was disgusting, to be frankly honest, because he's just an innocent man, and in America, getting shot for no reason.
I think it was bad because the person was running away, so I think because the back was to them, that was the thing I didn't like. But nobody really knows much background on like what was really going on, so I can't say whether he was innocent, not innocent. But I feel like excessive shooting, especially in the back, you're going toward the spinal area, being a science student, you shoot somebody in the back, chances are you're going to take them down, but shooting them 8 times is excessive.
I agree with what she said, because it's not like he was charging towards the officer. He was like trying to run away, trying to get free. So I think that he shouldn't have been shot. We don't know the background story, but I don't believe there should be a reason for someone to get shot 8 times.
Well, I think it should have happened that way. I think it could have went another way, and both of them been okay.
I felt like it was a continuation of the cycle of violence against black males. Nothing new, historical.
Not led, though, to any more clarity as far as how this 25-year-old suspect, Freddie Gray, broke his neck after Baltimore police arrested him. This is back on April 12th. He died a week later. Now, as we mentioned a second ago, the department has suspended these 6 officers with pay. They've released their names, their ages, how long they've been on the force. But officials didn't specify on the reasons why.
Of course not. Because now you have people that's behind the scenes that's really making these unjust decisions for these families, and now it's just becoming something that's routine now. Somebody gets shot, nobody's indicted, or if they are indicted, it's way after the fact. So, of course, it's not ethical.
I think that there's not problems within really the system, it's more so people, because the system, even though the system is ran by people, I think that certain things in the criminal justice system are pretty logical, like innocent until proven guilty, things of that nature. The problem lies within the people who are enforcing these type of things, because at the end of the day, it's their mindset. If they're prejudiced or whatever the case may be, that's going to weigh on the way that they view a situation. I feel like the system itself isn't really flawed. It's the people who work within the system.
Yeah, definitely, like what she said about the people, like I guess there should be some kind of filter or like a mental background or like psychology test when they're going into positions, because they're definitely put in these high positions and we don't know their minds.
I completely agree with this, because it's like you don't know, like people change when they get a position or when they get power, like they don't know how.
I believe that it contributes to the disproportionate targeting of black males. Even as evidenced by the recent Freddie Gray incident, and I'm gonna call it incident, keep it PG-13, but that incident, as far as him running, not even being charged with the crime, and then being accosted and winding up with your neck snap and your larynx ruptured or whatever the injury was, that speaks for itself.
After the incident, told police dispatchers Scott grabbed for his taser.
He grabbed my taser.
But Faden Santana, the man who filmed the shooting with his cell phone, tells NBC News Scott did not.
No, he never grabbed the taser of the police. He never grabbed it.
I feel as though the only way things will really be able to change is if we have control within and we change inside out. Because I feel like a lot of our influence is from the outside, but we can't be that change we want to see if we're not actually in the inside making political movements.
Police officers should go through more thorough training as far as when it comes to approaching an individual and noticing whether they have a weapon or not. I know, that their job is a life or death situation. You got to think on the fly, but it's most important to be safe first before you go to your firearm. So having more safe weapons for them to use, such as guns that shoot bean bags or something like that to that extent instead of bullets. Because you can't, nowadays it's shoot first, ask later. So by having a weapon that they can detain the suspect more safely and easily would make it better for them. As far as prosecution-wise, I think that there should be ways to kind of don't let the media get evidence, but let everything be seen as a whole instead of breaking out videos part by part. So as far as the prosecution process, let everything, all the evidence be laid out, then make a decision instead of saying, oh, now we have this new evidence that shows a different angle, which may make the police officer look more innocent than he actually is.
The police need to be policed, just like they have these hip-hop task forces to, collect data on rappers and collect intelligence on rappers, and just like they had the counterintelligence programs to collect information on the Black Liberation Army and the Black Panthers and whatever groups were in the late 60s and early 70s advocating against police brutality, so this isn't anything new. I feel like those same types of task forces need to be used in effectively neutralizing dirty cops.
Think about that. What other changes could be made?
Maybe like reconstruction within the whole police department.
Yeah, that's really what I was getting at. Yes, reconstruction within the police department. That's what I meant by better training, more different selection, more diverse police officers. But now that doesn't seem like it even matters because you got these Black officers now that's kind of killing black people too.
The topic of ethics is kind of hard to really speak on because once again it goes back to the person. You can work to change a person's ethical mindset, but at the end of the day, the person is going to do what they want to do regardless. I mean, you can punish them, but then that type of things always goes back to we're in America, land of the free, home of the brave. How can you control somebody's mindset or how they approach a situation? They have the freedom to do so. So I feel like it's a very sensitive topic as far as changing it goes. So I really necessarily don't know exactly how you would change that, especially in a nation where we have like a history of division and things of that nature. And that's not even, but 50 years ago that things like this were going on. So we have to kind of look at people. It's not really, I don't know what you really can change or how you can effectively change it without opening a can of worms. That's how I feel.
Yeah, exactly what she said, but also I feel like the police have a military mindset and they're supposed to be community related. Like I feel like maybe they should do more classes on ethic and training instead of with weaponry and teach them how to, disarm a